Hi, I'm Ryan Malyar, and welcome back to another episode of Corner Office. Of course, I'm always joined by Mayor J. Christian Dumais.
Hello.
Thanks for coming and doing this again.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
I just always enjoy this because it's a great time to catch up and relive some of the awesome things that are happening in the city and then see what's coming up.
Right.
And one of the most exciting things for all the families in Marlborough is back to school. And seeing all the cute kiddos getting ready on the first day with their backpacks, waiting at the bus stops. And of course, there's a little more traffic those days, trying to figure everything out.
Yeah.
But
it's always a hectic time.
But it's awesome.
It is. There's something about September about getting it's like a reboot almost, like summer's over. So I was able to speak during the staff orientation and the new staff orientation, which was great. And we're just looking for another successful school year. Of course, that means school committee kind of ramps up, and we missed you. I missed you last month. Heidi Matthews came in and took over, so thank you for Heidi for that.
But she was a fantastic host.
She was great.
She can pop in anytime she likes.
I would love that, actually. No disrespect, okay. But it's nice to have you back and be here. So and welcome back to school with all the kiddos.
You know what was especially cute? I don't know if you caught this, but I was driving. I don't know where I was going, Lowe's or something, and I saw Mary Murphy, our superintendent of schools, and assistant superintendent R.J. Skaza out in front of the schools as the buses were leaving with their crossing guard stop signs and just waving to all the kids. And I imagine they were going around to as many different schools to introduce themselves to the youngins and make sure that they knew who their senior leadership was too. It was really awesome.
That's what I just love about the school system here. It's like the heart. There's so many good things happen in the schools. And if I'm not having the best day, I can kind of pop into a school and just kind of high five the kids, and it's just great to have them back.
And hopefully soon we'll be rebooting Superintendent's Corner, which is really terrific with Superintendent Mary Murphy, and she always brings on wonderful guests to talk about all the great things happening in the school. So that's a little mental reminder to me to shoot Mary an email.
You're welcome for that.
Yes. You're welcome, Mary. See you soon. We had an awesome weekend, Labor Day weekend, and I know it's one of your favorite holidays, which is an odd choice if I say so. But I think it's your favorite because Marlborough does it right.
After this weekend, how can it not be?
Let's talk about it. We had something brand new this weekend.
We did. We kicked off the festival. So the Labor Day Festival is back, and I would say it's probably better than ever. So we probably about 5,000 people that came down. We gave out 1,000 bracelets for the beer garden, which was incredible. All different, from touch a truck to face painting to a petting zoo, kids activities. It was just bands and acts. It was great.
Mike from our team here was there, and he caught some awesome music, different ethnic music too. It was really diverse and just a vibrant community gathering.
Yeah, from the Allens to the Black Suede, which is a local band, they both are, to the Mummers, to a string band for Quaker City. Then you had little acts from Spirit of Motion Dance and other dance troupes. So there was a kids section for a stage, and there was an adult section, there was something for everyone, which was pretty remarkable. So kudos to everyone that was involved, from DPW to police to fire to my staff. I mean, it was just an incredible day, and the weather was perfect for it.
It was gorgeous.
I couldn't ask for a better day, and to bring it down to Main Street and how sprawling it was, just for me to look down Main Street and see all these people that came out.
This is the season. This really feels like this prime season in Marlborough when a lot of activities happen. So we also had the Greek Festival that we were able to swing by and grab yourself a gyro or a gyro.
No, I actually had a lamp shank. So I went
stepping up a level now that you're mayor.
You got it, right? No, I had the spanakota. I had everything. My plate, I had the lamb kebabs. My plate was the cup runneth over with the amount of food I ate. So, and again, the Greek Festival is a long-time tradition, and you have to pop in.
You have to.
Yeah, you're not a Marlborougite if you don't, I don't think. So that was, and then of course the Labor Day Parade.
I know, your first parade.
My first parade as the mayor, yeah.
And I can tell you how I thought it went, which was fantastic. But what did you think?
I think we were just talking about before the show, being in the parade, you never get to see the parade.
Right.
But so it was just nice to be part of the parade and then kind of sit and kind of watch the remainder of the parade. Which
yeah,
is
and all the
nice.
counselors and
So
school committee,
the
they're
counselors
kind of
look
at the front of the
We are,
parade, so then
thankfully.
you get to pop out and then just watch everyone else as they
Enjoy it.
come
Yes.
through.
But I mean, I want to give a shout out to the Grand Marshals, Bob Kane and Doug Rowe, who does an incredible amount of things for the Historical Society. I mean, from the museum, the streets, and the program that they have done regarding old Marlborough and kind of keeping that history alive, so to speak, and where we come from, and then documenting where we're going to be going. So huge shout out, just thank you to Bob Kane and Doug Rowe for being our Grand Marshal. It was truly an honor for me to honor them in that way, because like I said, what they've done for the Marlborough has been, over their lifetime, it's been incredible. So
These are like really people that have the community in their heart.
And, well,
Whenever there's
doubt.
an opportunity for a fundraising campaign for whether it's Little League or anything, they are always there and ready to lend a hand.
Which I'm grateful for, and the city is too. So on behalf of the city, I'm very thankful for them. And I was able to give the float, the Mayor's Choice float, to the AM Vets, which was huge. So they're very excited about that. It was a great float. So
Any other favorite floats or favorite parts of the parade?
the historical side was great as well, but I missed a few, But
The mummers are always fantastic. These costumes are out of control, and they had these really excellent mushroom garb this year.
I missed them.
Oh, they were great.
Yeah,
They
I couldn't find them in the
spectacular.
parade lineup, and then we had to go. And there's a lot of behind the scenes that happen with the parade and the festival that you're kind of always on the go, and I had to kick off the parade as well.
Overall, lots of terrific marching bands this year.
There was a lot of great parade. Yeah,
And I always love the historical fife and drum groups when they're shooting off muskets as they go, and it always gives you a fright, especially when I'm directing and listening over headphones and I'm surprised by a shot. But it's so much fun.
And even the honor guards that were there too, again, Marlborough turns out, you put something out there, they show up, and again, even for nostalgia reasons, people put out their chair the night before. I think I was towards the end of the actual festival. No one was on Main Street, and I was just kind of walking down, just reflecting, right? And then a little quiet time before I get to go home, and already someone was putting out their chair, and it was like 6:30, 7 o'clock the night before Memorial Day, and they're already putting out their chair with their name on it. I'm like, this is what Marlborough's all about.
Well, it just got me excited coming into work early that morning. I was coming in around 8 a.m. And the streets are already lined with chairs, and people were already out under little tents and gazebos, maybe having a mimosa or something, getting ready to go, having breakfast before the parade. It's awesome.
Or watching the bed races, the Lions Club and their bud races, which is the most bizarre thing ever, but like here they are running, but it's a great little fundraiser for them. And again, it's another tradition to get up and watch people push a little mattress down Main Street, make the bed, and then run back. And then
it's those quirky things that make it special.
It is. And again, that's why Labor Day is my favorite holiday. Again, it's a time where there's no pressure of like presents or, like this. It's just everyone just coming together and fire up the barbecue and watch a good parade and enjoy each other's company. So how can you be mad about that?
Right.
But
Coming up this weekend, actually, Sunday, September 8th, we have the Food Truck and Arts Festival.
Yes.
And that's always a blast, too. So Main Street is getting a lot of use this year, and I love it.
It is, and this is a fantastic event that happens every year, so kudos to the Marlborough Economic Development Corp. They knock it out of the park every year. We're excited to have that back. And during the festival, and we were very conscientious about not utilizing the same food truck vendors, or the same vendors, so it's going to be a whole different group of people coming downtown. So if you went to the festival, please come to the food truck because it's different but the same.
It is different, and there's going to be different music, and it's still lots of family activities too, and lots of fantastic craft artisans, which I think really sets it apart too. People 100%. Selling their soaps and potteries and really creative wares. It's really cool.
It is, and I'm excited. I'm actually have a family reunion the day before, so I have family in town. So from Florida and from Maine and all across, I guess, the Northeast. So we're all going to go down. So it's going to be a great event. So please come down on Sunday to check it out. But yeah, so what, 11 to 5, that's my notes.
11 to 5.
Yeah, so come on down and I'll see you there.
Now, how did I miss That the dog park has opened.
Not yet.
Oh, no?
No, it hasn't opened yet, just the groundbreaking.
Oh, the groundbreaking. I thought that there was a dog park and nobody invited me to capture footage of these cute dogs. It was the groundbreaking.
The groundbreak, yes.
I'll forgive you for that, then. I'll forgive you for sticking a shovel in the ground and announcing where it's going to be.
Yeah. So the groundbreaking happened on August 29th, yes.
What a relief, because if I missed that, because dogs are great on TV and they get a lot of views.
Okay.
Right, viewers? If you like dogs, give this video a like. I don't know. Desperate. But we're going to have a dog park. It's been long anticipated.
It has. And we obviously used ARPA funds for this, so it's just a matter of figuring out the location. And so I want to thank Laura Trahan and her office and Danielle Gregoire for earmarking some monies for the dog park. So we broke ground on the 29th. DPW has been hard at work.
So DPW does this sort of in-house, so you don't have to reach out to outside vendors to make it?
They do part of it, and then we have a vendor, so we have a contract with someone else to do the fencing and all that stuff. So, but we're still looking for people who wants to be on the committee. So we have a dog park, Friends of the Dog Park Committee. So if you're interested in that, check out the mayor's web page, and you can fill out a form and be part of that. But so the opening is not going to be till late fall.
Okay, well, send me the press release. I'll be there with milk bones.
Yeah, again,
Pepperoni. I'll be loaded.
I'll be on the other side of the street, so I'm allergic to dogs. I think I made that clear once before. So it's a great community thing, and you put yourself aside to better the community. So I will not be joining the festivities inside the park. No. So I will be watching from afar. Yeah. But again, I totally appreciate all the dog lovers out there, and again, it's another great asset for the community.
Wonderful. I see we have a Household Hazardous Waste Day coming up.
Yes.
What's that?
Saturday, October 5th. From 9 to 12. So you can take any hazardous waste that you have and bring it here. And then proof of residency is required. But if you have any questions or comments regarding what you can bring in, what you can't, the common questions that we receive is no latex paint or single-use batteries. But there'll be information on the website regarding that, or you can always contact DPW. Again, this is an annual thing that the DPW offers. It's another great service that the city of Marlborough provides. So we just want to make sure that people are aware that it is happening on October 5th.
Fantastic. So, yeah. We're gearing up for your first ever town hall.
Correct.
And we've been talking about what this could possibly be. Nothing is set in stone yet.
Correct.
But we're seeking input and what people want. And it seems like we want to have this in a large venue where you're going to sort of speak openly about what is happening in the city. People can submit their questions ahead of time.
Correct.
And you can respond to them. And then maybe there might be some public comment.
Yeah, so we kind of are modeling this after the chat and chew at the senior center. Where you kind of can come and kind of give updates on what's going on in the city, what I've been working on, or what the mayor's office and the city has been working on as a whole, and then have those questions kind of asked so I can speak to those, because there's a lot of probably the same questions over and over again, and that way we can actually have that as a resource for people, because again, there's a lot of misinformation out there, so it's a way just for me to be one-on-one with the residents so they can get firsthand information, because there's a lot of things through social media that may not be accurate. Again, even at the festival, people are asking questions of what's going on and answering them, and timelines of certain projects, so it's a good just kind of question and answer, so to speak. So you get it from the horse's mouth.
Right from the source.
Right from the source. So.
And of course, we'll be there. WMCT-TV will broadcast it from wherever it ends up happening, so we can make it as accessible as possible. We want people to tune in and know what's happening here in the city.
And I think that's been the whole initiative with my administration, is to make sure that information is out there. We kind of get lost in the day-to-day, and we're working on that, but here's a vehicle to get a lot of the answers.
Well, like you said, in a world where so much information is at our fingertips, so much misinformation is also at our fingertips too. So congrats on this initiative and really pushing out the information on what's happening so that people can...
It's just another avenue from the newsletter. We try really hard to work on that newsletter and vehicles like this, which is great, where you get little snippets of what's going on, but the newsletter is really focusing on what's going on, and then this is just another way of saying, hey, this is what's going on. And plus it gets me to be a little bit more approachable and so like, hey, wait, what's going on? And I can answer that. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully looking at the fall, so probably like October-ish. Yeah. So be on the lookout for that. And I'm excited, you know. Hopefully everyone will be nice, you know, and I'm always looking for constructive criticism, and there's a lot of things regarding the state that I cannot are out of my control, so I just want people to remember that.
Well, it's a chance to clarify that as well.
Absolutely, and hopefully people will be open and listen.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. So.
Let's talk about another little fun accomplishment in Marlborough, the Battle of the Boroughs. And tell the folks what that was and how Marlborough did.
The Woo Sox puts on a Battle of the Boroughs. Last year they had a Marlborough Day, but now they opened it up to the Battle of the Boroughs. So it was a Westborough, Southborough, Northborough, and Marlborough. So whoever had the most ticket sales that day wins. And we won. So, I mean, we're a little bit larger than the other communities, but we'll take the win any way we can get it. What I love about this is that we are able to pick a benefactor, and that was the Marlborough Boys and Girls Club. So a percentage of the ticket sales went to the Marlborough Boys and Girls Club, which was great.
Wonderful.
So, and they honor a veteran as well. And if you haven't been to the Woo Sox Park, it's such a great little polar park. It's such a great little park.
Oh, it's not little. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful, but compared to like Fenway, or it's affordable, you know, like or Gillette, you know, it's easy to get into, easy to leave. It's icona of Americana, I guess you can say. You know, and it was a great, beautiful day, and it was a good turnout. So it was, and I got to throw out the first pitch, which I'm a little biased on why it was so much fun, but it was a little nerve-wracking. And State Rep Danielle Gregoire actually was able to catch my first pitch. Fun. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. So. We're looking forward to hopefully doing it again next year. And again,
do they seat you in cities and towns, or is it just sort of?
So we bought a bunch of tickets to you know, so we donated a bunch to the Boys and Girls Club as well. So I sat with them, but I did get to meet other elected officials throughout Northborough and Westborough, and so it was good to kind of chat with them. And it was again, since the park is a little on the smaller side, it's easy just to kind of walk around and bump into Marlborough people, which was great. But yeah, it was a great little event.
And since you mentioned that some of the funds are going to the Boys and Girls Club of Marlborough Metro West, just a little shout out. I just got some information today that they are planning for their upcoming annual auction and gala, which is fantastic. So information will be up on the screen if you're interested in supporting the Boys and Girls Club at that event.
I think it's a milestone.
Is it?
I think it's like 80 years or something. That, not the gala, but I think something. Like, I believe it's going to be a big one. So
it'll be fun.
I've gone the last few years. It's always a wonderful time. Yeah. Anytime I can put on a tux, you know, and kind of go to a gala, I'm always in. So yeah, and plus it's a great organization. So,
excellent.
Yeah.
You wrapped up the summer, and you know, I had a really hard time because our intern left, and we had the fabulous Jack Brzezinck, who had gone to Assabet Valley Tech, and he was a wonderful intern for us here. But the city brings in a ton of interns. How many did you have this year?
We had about over 20 interns. So yeah, we had about 51 applicants that applied. So it was a pretty competitive process. But I mean, they've worked in my office, the library, CDA, finance, conservation, DPW, health department. They were everywhere, you know, and there were a lot of fantastic feedback, a lot of little side projects that departments can't do. The interns literally stepped up to the plate. So we're very happy. We're sad that they're gone,
right.
You know, because now the work has to go back to the mainstream. But yeah, it was a great program, and we're looking forward to do it again next year.
Is there an overall goal that you hope it's sort of, is it a recruitment effort that you hope that they'll return to working in a municipality in the future?
That's the goal. You know, you're talking to a few of them, like some of them want to go into the finance world. So we talked about, hey, you know, there's a whole other avenue of going into municipal finance, you know, whether it's in the auditor or the comptroller or even legal, you know,
Sure.
Talking to the legal intern. And, you know, she's like, I never thought of this could even be an option when I go to get my law degree. And I'm like, well, it is, you know, and it kind of just opens up a whole different avenue of a career choice that most people don't think of. So it's a great recruitment tool. And I don't think there's a big push for municipal employment, at least anymore. So it's a good way to showcase that you can work for a municipality, and we're always going to need the job. So it's definitely job security. So they obviously enjoyed that, and it was a win-win for a lot of people, from department heads to interns. So we're sad to see them go.
I know, but I love hearing that it was a positive experience.
But again, it's back to school. So they all need to go back to school
had to leave.
Eventually. So
But back to their bunk beds and mini fridges and.
Oh God, I don't miss those days.
No, me either.
I miss those days. Yeah. Can you imagine? No, thank you. I'm good.
Where did you go to school?
I went to LaSalle. It's now university. It used to be LaSalle College in Newton. So it's like 25 minutes away. It's a small little private school. It's actually doubled in size since I've been, but close enough to come home, but far enough where I didn't need to.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it was closer to Boston, and it was like a very much of a neighborhood component of my college. So
did you commute, or did you?
No, I lived there.
Okay.
I lived there. Yeah. But again, they have it's in Newton, so it's old Victorian houses and neighborhoods, and that was kind of like the campus. So it's something that you don't really see too often. But there were a few dorm rooms that I had to live in. But yeah, actually, they called it residence halls. You don't call it dorm rooms anymore. Yeah.
Very quaint way of calling freshman housing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like saying cozy instead of tiny. It's a realtor spin, I guess.
Very demure. Okay,
that's the new word, I guess, right? Demure?
It's a TikTok thing, very demure, very mindful, very cutesy.
I'm totally missed that. Yeah, it's popping up everywhere,
we'll
and I don't
catch you
get
up
it.
later.
After the show, please let me know, because I'm like, what is demure?
So I've got one more thing here.
Speaking of demure.
Speaking of demure, mindful, and cutesy, the bridge at Cider Knoll.
Yes.
Not the bridge to Terabithia.
Nope. No
Not
bridge.
the bridges of Madison County, the bridge at Cider Knoll.
Yes. So I just wanted to reach out, and this is a huge thing because, the Trails Committee and the Conservation Committee, they're incredible with the trails throughout Marlborough. It's a bunch of volunteers that literally came and literally built a bridge, so I just wanted to give a shout out to them and thank everyone that was involved with the project. It's past the country club on Woodland Drive. There's a few streets before you get to Woodland Drive, but it's like 2 miles. It's great for bird watching, and it's a beautiful trail, and so they just made it that much better by creating this bridge. So feel free to go check it out and explore all the wonderful trails. Now that it's beautiful fall and the leaves will be turning color, so it's nice to get out on a trail. So with this bridge, it's definitely something that's definitely another asset for the community. So
shout out to the trails in Marlborough, because I'm being made more and more aware of them daily. And actually, City Councilor Doucette has started a new TV series here where he gets on his e-bike, an electric bike, and he's just taking us through all different parts of Marlborough, Sudbury, all over, to show you how accessible some of these trails are. And I really look forward to seeing the footage as the leaves change color, like you were saying. In the autumn, it's going to be peak leaf peeping season.
You just told me about that. I have to tune in and watch.
Yeah, it's a great project.
Again, I didn't even, obviously during the campaign last year, I didn't realize how much, 40 miles of trails in Marlborough. There's a Panther Loop that's actually the length of a marathon, So all these great resources, and to have the Trails Committee upkeep and update these, because this bridge was kind of failing. It was a makeshift bridge that was kind of failing. And for them to come out and just build a bridge, I saw some pictures. It's beautiful, the work that they're doing. So kudos to all of them for making Marlborough proud by maintaining these trails, And
what a fantastic balance that brings to Marlborough, which is a city in name and in status, but to think that it has so much nature right at your fingertips, it's wonderful.
Yeah, we're pretty fortunate. We really are, and then to utilize these trails, and that no one really even knows that they're even out there, So that's why we're kind of showcasing this to say, hey, go check out the trails, because again, Marlborough has so much to offer that people don't know about, and it's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Excellent.
All good things.
Wonderful
All good
things. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me again
Thank
today.
you. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
My pleasure.
Until next month.
Until next
Yeah,
month.
right.
You heard it. Until next month. That brings us to the end of another episode of Corner Office. I'm Ryan Malyar, and thank you for tuning in.